Hey everybody, back another day with the self-driving vehicles. Time to get pumped up, time to get excited. Here we go. Now we've been learning how to work with the motors, with the Cortex, and we're finally going to dive into the world of the camera today. So actually the first thing that we're going to do is carefully and gently pop it off of there so we can work with a little bit more. Okay, there it goes. It's still tethered by this bottom cable right here. What you can do is just be gentle with it, just be careful with it. But now you can kind of point it around, you can rotate it, and even better, you can easily plug it in on the bottom here. So let's do that. Let's plug in this cord, and nice probably view of the top of my head there. Away we go. Let's take a look at our Vex Vision software. So we're used to using the Vex Coding Studio, but now we're going to jump into the Vex Vision right here. So as we look around, you can see the camera is working. It's picking up old color signatures that we saved previously. So let's go ahead and clear those off. So we're starting with a clean slate. Let's click that clear button right there. And let's add some new ones in. So we're going to start, I think, with a blue one right here. Let's pick this up, point the camera a little bit, try to get a nice flat space for us to be able to pick up a signature from. Let's get it a little bit closer, make sure we got full light on it. There we go, that looks good. Now we're just going to drag a rectangle around this thing like that and click save. And now you can see it's picking up the whole block. And this is interesting too. It can even pick up slightly different shades. Pardon my reach there. Let's take a look at this blue tape measure here. We'll bring them both into view. You can see it's picking that up too. It's a lot smaller. It's not as effective. It's a little bit maddening to look at there. That's a little bit calmer. It's not working as good. If we get it up next to it, then it kind of, figures out it's one of those. If we bring in another object, like let's say this floss right here, sorry for all the movements, you can see it still kind of works, right? It reflects it a little bit and it can kind of pick it up, especially this darker blue in the logo right here. Okay, so we'll move that away. Let's pull in another signature right here, purple. And there we go. Let's save that. Looks pretty good. And we'll grab a red right here. We're going to make this one signature 3. Now you want to be careful. You don't want to go for the light and dark like this. Check this out. It kind of like picks up too much when you do that, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear that one and I'm going to choose this right here. And make sure we're pointing right there. We'll click save. Okay, and there we go. Now you can see red's picking up stuff over here. This is like an old gift bag or something like that. So it's picking up all kinds of colors here. Let's move these out of the way and let's make sure to keep track of them in order. We did blue first, then purple, then red. And let's see, I'm going to do an experiment for later too, actually. I'm going to pull in a blue and a purple. So signature 1 and 2. And I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to try to overlap 2 color signatures, save that as signature 4, and that might cause me some problems. We'll see. Let's get that out of here. Yeah, it does not look like that. That was very effective. Okay, so let's clear that out. We can only take one signature at a time. Now we're back to picking up things effectively. We got signature 3 in our corner. We got signature 2 coming through loud and strong here. And away we go. So let's actually unplug the camera now. These signatures are stored in the camera so that they'll be accessed by the programs while it's running through the Cortex. So we can now plug in our self-driving vehicle and get back into Vex Coding Studio where we're sort of familiar here. Let's go in there. Here's our Vex Coding Studio. Oh, don't want this. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So there we go. Here's our basic setup. Turn on the self-driving vehicle and let's look at some of our tasks here now that we have them. All right. And here we go. 2.2.2 is where we are and we've created our color signature. So we're going to proceed without that. Picking good colors to capture using signatures. This is interesting right here. This is your text coding right here. Vision.takeSnapshot. Signature 1, 1. There's 2 arguments in this function right here, the take snapshot function. And vision is technically a class object. So if you think back to those class objects that we had in Python, right? Like the student class object, stuff like that. Vision is a class object of things that have to do with the camera, and then take snapshot right here. That's going to to tell it to look at the camera and then look for signature 1. This number right here, the 1, determines how many objects to look for, right? Should we just look for the largest signature, or should we look for the largest and the second largest? In that case, we would put in a 2 right there. Okay. A 2 after the comma would return the 2 largest object of that signature's color. So not multiple signatures, but just the one signature, that color. Right here, objects, methods, and arguments. Yes, we'll read through this. It's great. Finding color signatures. So our goal here for the first one is to, we want to take a snapshot of signature 1. And so we want to basically print out, repeat if an object exists, print found color. So if there's a blue object in the vision, or red or purple, we want to print out found blue, found red, found purple. Let's look at how we do that. Vex Vision, Vex Coding Studio. Okay, so when we get started here, what we're going to do is the first thing we want to do is actually take a snapshot right here, signature 1. So we're going to pull that in, vision.take snapshot right there, signature 1. And then we're going to use a forever loop. And actually we want to put this inside it. So it's constantly taking snapshots. We're not just living off of the first snapshot it ever takes. Let's see if we can fix this up right here. Okay, good. Pop back in. Okay, so forever, take a snapshot. Now what we're going to want to use is an if-else statement right here. Let's pop that in. And we're going to grab from our vision, we're going to say vision.largest object exists, right? So if an object exists that matches signature 1, this is going to be true. If an object does not exist that matches signature 1, that's going to be false. So if it's true, so like let's say we take our blue right here, that's signature 1. If we put that in view right there, it's going to be true. If we pull it away, going to be false. All right, so I think what I'm going to let you guys do is fill in this right here yourselves. Just, it's not too hard. You want to think about using some print commands to let me know that whether it exists or whether it does not exist, or whether blue is present or not present. So you guys can figure out how to add that in there. And we'll keep going. Now, this was one thing I couldn't figure out. It was how to add multiple signatures. The directions are a little bit, they don't exactly tell you what to do. Let me show you what I tried. What I tried to do was create this variable right here by copying and then pasting it right in here. So I made this one right here, vision code red purple equals vision code, and actually this one in this order should be signature 2, comma signature 3. And when I downloaded it, it downloaded okay. I made a mistake initially where I had, instead of SIG, I had like that. I had not all caps. So I went back to all caps. Normally I do go all caps all the time, but in this one I tried vision code like that. Maybe that made a difference. I don't know. It seemed to pick it up. It seemed to still download and not have a compiler error like this. So I think it's okay. And then right here, I've been able to, instead of sig1, I've been able to type in red, purple, and go look at the blocks again. And you can see it's still acknowledging that as like a valid variable, but somehow it wasn't picking up any of the color signatures before. So I haven't exactly figured out how to do multiple color combinations to for it to search out yet. Maybe, hopefully somebody can figure it out and help me with that. We'll work on it some more in class. So counting signatures, this is a loop. This is where you're going to have to use some of your looping skills from 2.1.2.1, sorry. You're going to have to use some of your looping skills to count how many times you see an object, right? So like take a picture every second and then count how many times the blue one shows up. So 1, 2, 3, and then you stop counting, right? Something like that, or times it comes in, you know what it does like that. Okay, anyways, sounds like it's time to turn off the video. Hopefully that's enough to get you guys going with the color signatures and everything. Thanks for watching. Good luck with the coding. Enjoy.